matters in strategy. Should a firm enter now or later? Does it need to move quickly when doing so? Timing matters, but there are no clear rules. When facing the question of when to act, strategic decision makers are often thrown for a loop. Themistocles, the ancient Athenian strategist who engineered the stunning defeat of the Persian navy at the Battle of Salamis in 480 BC, sought guidance from the Delphian oracle before moving into battle. Timing was a critical factor. Themistocles is said to have divined the timing of his attack to coincide with the prevailing fresh sea breezes that were favorable for the Greek coalition fleet whilst fatal to the enemy. Unfortunately, today's business manager has no Delphian oracle to turn to. And while timing of strategic action has always been problematic, changing rules of competition are making it ever more so. The consequences of poor timing can be dire, as Microsoft discovered in 2001 when attempting to preempt the market with its tablet PC. Microsoft was too early. Its tablet failed. That trophy went to Apple's iPad, and then some 10 years later, in 2010. More recently, Facebook could probably not have timed the launch of Portal, its web-connected home video chat device, worse than when it did so in October this year, just barely a week after a massive security breach that exposed the private information of about 30 million of its users, and this just 6 months after Facebook's catastrophic Cambridge Analytica scandal. Despite its importance, strategy theory has little to say about the critical when question, and perhaps because strategic timing is intrinsically tied to real-time decision-making in practice. And several attributes compound the problem. Firstly, effective timing of strategic action is predicated on the firm's disposition and ability to act, not its annual budgeting cycle. External factors prompting a response and a firm's ability to act are seldom synchronized. Competitive environments can change overnight. A firm's ability to react, on the other hand, is typically hampered by organizational inertia effects, and often these are further compounded by firm internal dysfunctionalities. Secondly, the future is becoming less certain. For many firms, the future has moved from complicated, where variables are still relatively clear, to complex, a very different and darker future, where even the basic contours are elusive. And thirdly, shrinking response time windows. Not only are futures becoming complex, response time windows are shrinking. Firms are being left little time to experiment. Given these challenging circumstances then, what can firms do to get their strategic timing right? Successful firms time their strategic moves much like a surfer times that next wave. They play close to their markets and nurture a deep understanding of those critical few competing factors, the ones that really matter. Critically, these change. Importantly, playing close to the market enables firms to anticipate the next wave. Playing to catch the next wave enables firms to be at the right place at the right time. How do they do this? Firms play to catch the next wave by nurturing agile mechanisms that enable them to respond quickly to changing competitive circumstances. These mechanisms, in turn, are supported by dynamic capabilities that enable the firm to, 1, detect, make sense of, and anticipate changing market conditions, 2, configure and align their resource base and organization accordingly, and 3, prioritize and orchestrate appropriate responsive action swiftly. Embedded in these capabilities are continual and rapid iterations of thinking, doing, and learning. When all is said and done, of course, we cannot ignore entirely the role of chance and serendipity and being at the right place with the right offering at the right time. Chance, however, favors firms that approach their strategic timing intelligently, so that while competitive environments are becoming less certain and response windows ever shorter, successful firms play close to their markets. This enables them to anticipate changes faster than the competition. Simultaneously, these firms nurture agile mechanisms that enable them to respond faster, more intelligently, and at the right time to new emerging competitive challenges.